Alright, so here we are getting into the battle now. We are going to be facing Fr0stwo1f, aka Seeker, in this first round matchup. You can see on the screen what I'm expecting him to bring. I'm predicting that Victini, Landorus, Hydreigon, Florges, Lucario, and Rotom. We're going to send that challenge over. Get that single battle started. I've got my notes sheet up on the side here, ready to go, so we will be able to keep track of what moves he's got, what items he's got, anything else like that. But as we're getting started, just a reminder that if this is something that you want to see a lot more of, I will be bringing this. This season is going to be 10 weeks long, plus playoffs. So if you want to see more of this, team builders and these league battles of someone who's kind of just getting started, if you want to be able to get started with me, tell me in the comments what your feedback is. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing right? What do I seem, is the face cam good? I tried it in this video. I didn't use it in the last one. So stuff like that. Little things that I'm just trying to get a handle on. He turned down my request. All right. We're gonna send it one more time. If he doesn't accept it this time, we will just cut to it when he does accept it. But yeah, just give me some feedback on what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong. I'm just trying to get the hang of this. Additionally, I have some extra content I'm going to be bringing to the channel. I have a collab already sort of planned with another guy who's starting up on his own YouTube channel. He's another Twitch streamer, so we're good friends through that. And he's telling me on Discord that he is sending me the challenge now. So let me see if I can get that. I don't see a challenge from him. Everyone else on the internet can also not see a challenge from him at the same time. Oh, there he goes. All right, we're going to cut to when we get this battle started. So, all right, we got him. We're back. So let's get started. I will be updating his team if the Pokemon that I have on the screen aren't accurate, but Victini, Landorus, Hydreigon, Florges, Lucario, and Rotom. Again, those are the Pokemon I'm expecting him to bring. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Talonflame. I wouldn't be surprised if he brought a couple of other threats as well. So we will, get this whole thing worked out. Obviously, again, I'm still new at this. A little nervous to be in front of a camera, even though I've been doing Twitch for a long, long time. So one thing to think about, again, getting these rocks up, so important. I just think that for me personally, getting these rocks up is gonna be basically everything. So we're gonna jump over to my league team and check them. Everything should be good. The stats are right. EVs are correct. We're gonna go have everyone listen to Gladion. Why not? Gladion. No idea. And then we'll get confirmation on what he's gonna bring, and we can get right into it after that. So again, tell me what I'm doing right. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Any comments are appreciated. If you like what you're seeing, subscribe. Follow me on my gosh, Twitch. I almost said Twitter. You could do that too, I guess, but follow me on Twitch, more important. So he actually brings Gliscor and Landorus. I didn't expect him to bring both, but he goes Victini, Gliscor, Landorus, Therian, Venusaur, which is one thing I was not super concerned about, but it wasn't necessarily expecting. Rotom Wash and Hydreigon. So no Florges. I prepared so hard for that Florges. I was like, my team is so especially offensive. He's definitely gonna bring Florges. So here we go. Let's take Florges out of there. Let's take Lucario out of there. And let's take, what else did he not bring? He did not bring, he brought everything else. So then the other things I need to put in really quick. Let's just throw on Gliscor. And so here's Gliscor. Got these all ready to go. Just need to put them onto the screen. And Venusaur. So there's his team. And we will... I don't see anything. Again, Victini, biggest threat right now. Physical Victini to my Ferrothorn. Do I expect him to lead with Victini? I'm not sure. I'm going to lead with that Ferrothorn. We're going to try to get those rocks up. If he does lead Victini, then we're going to figure out what we want to do. We might protect just to scout if it's physical or special. Anything else? We just click rocks. We got that Akaberry ready to go, and we will get this battle underway. for you guys. And, yeah, so he leads Gliscor. I guess we're going to find out if this thing is Poison Heal or if this thing is Defog, you know, after this first turn. One thing I could do is just click Knock Off. This is something I hadn't really considered, but I could just click Knock Off and just hit the Gliscor and try to get rid of its Toxic Orb. If he goes for Protect, I mean, he gets his Toxic Orb off, and then I know he doesn't have Defog. If he goes for Rocks, I get my Rocks up next turn, no problem. And if he goes for Rocks and he is Toxic Orb and I get rid of it, then he just doesn't get Poison Heal all game. So I'm thinking I'm going to click Knock Off here. He goes straight for a Swords Dance. So he's setting up in my face right now. Now Gliscor to my Ferrothorn with +2. Let's see. Let's assume he's like max attack. That's not what I meant to do. I just made his base stat of his attack 255. That's not what I wanted. Okay, so I don't think he can one-shot me with anything. I'm going to click Stealth Rocks here. And like the good guy that I am, I wasn't actually paying attention to what item I knocked off. So, doesn't really help me. He doesn't one-shot. I click Stealth Rocks. I was honestly not looking at what item I knocked off there. So that's good, I guess. But he did about 50%, a little over. And yeah, that tells me he's probably max attack, but not adamant. And so, but my Ferrothorn did what it had to do, and that was really, really all I cared about it doing. So I'm gonna click Leech Seed here. We'll see what he goes for. He goes for another Earthquake. That's fine. Knock me out. Let's get this battle started officially. Now, this thing does not outspeed Latios. 0 chance it outspeeds Latios. It's not Scarfed. It's got Swords Dance. It's got no item. I don't remember. I didn't see what it knocked off, but it has no item. And he's got Victini as a switch into my Ice Beam, and that's about it. Rotom Wash, maybe. But what is a Choice Specs? Let's see. He doesn't have the Florges, so I can just click Draco and knock something out. Choice Specs Draco Meteor, kill something. I think that's honestly the best play. I just don't expect... I don't expect him to do... There's nothing he can switch into this. It's going to kill something. He has nothing that resists. Fully specially defensive Venusaur maybe would take one, but I doubt it would take a second one, even at -2. If he's like 252, Calm Nature... my Draco... Yeah, he takes one. 252 HP, 252 Special Defense, Calm Nature. He takes one Draco. And it's still doing 65-75%. So we're good on that one. And we will keep this battle going. Obviously, not a lot to do right here. I click Draco because Draco kills something. Latios comes in and clicks Draco. And something dies. I could have clicked Ice Beam. That's the thing, is he could be like, oh, he's going to click Ice Beam. No way I'm going to Venusaur. I'll go into Rotom and try to take that, or Victini and try to take that, and Draco's going to come down and kill them. Now, even if he switches out... so he is going to go for the Protect. So I think he was Toxic Orb. I probably should have been looking at the screen or something, but... I can click Draco again, and he doesn't have Florges, so nothing he can do about it at all. This is what I wanted. I mean, I know in the team builder I said Galvantula was going to take it and Latios was for the other things, but that was with Florges in mind. Latios is for everything right now. Latios comes in, clicks Draco, switches out, comes in, clicks Draco, switches out. The only thing that's going to hurt me would be maybe a Scarfed Hydreigon going for a Dark Pulse or something like that. And that's about it. I'm not really worried about just about anything else. This is a new style for me. I don't usually narrate the whole battle. I usually am streaming and doing stuff like that. So we'll see how this goes, just like kind of talking. I usually do talk about my moves, but I don't necessarily just continue to talk. So this is going to be a little bit new for me, but I'll get used to it, I'm sure. But yeah, I don't know what he's gonna do here. He's got to sack something. I honestly don't really know what to tell him. It's like, what do you care about the least? You know, I could have revealed Ice Beam there, but I didn't, and so now that's information for the future. Rotom and Victini can't safely switch into this thing. I could have clicked Psychic there. I mean, Choice Spec Psychic from Latios has a chance to Oko this thing, and after the knockoff damage, it's guaranteed to Oko. So I could have clicked Psychic, and that would have hurt something. But oh wait, that's Venusaur. I was looking at Venusaur. Yeah, Psychic would kill this thing as well. But Draco, this thing's gone. And he can switch something in now, and that's, you know, that is what it is. So Gliscor's down. So Latios, so Gliscor kills Ferrothorn with Earthquake, and then Latios kills Gliscor with Draco Meteor. Alright, so I think we're in really, really good shape right here. The one thing that's going to stop me right now is Victini. I think Victini is still the scariest thing, and I think that's, especially if it's like maybe Scarf Victini with U-turn, that's really kind of, that can put a dent into Latios. But otherwise, Latios outspeeds it, and I can click Draco and just kill it. So, yeah, my wall and Ferrothorn, my like one defensive mon I brought this week went down really early. But I got the rocks up, which is what I wanted, and from there, I can proceed to just kind of kill things. What does Victini take from a -2? Victini is still taking 60% from a Draco, so he can't just switch that thing in right now. That is not a safe switch for him. I mean, I could just click again. Click it again. I'm not going to, because I outspeed him unless he's Scarfed. But what's he going to go for? What does he hit me with? Glaciate? Is he running a Glaciate Victini this week? I mean, Arcanine comes in here. It's especially defensive Arcanine, but if he's running, I mean, if he's running physical Victini, if he hits Glaciate, Arcanine's just going to eat that. And I've got Crunch, so I can handle the Victini. I think Arcanine's a pretty good switch here. I think my Latios has a ton of value just getting switched back in the future, so it just gets switched in, it clicks Draco, and then something else dies. He does go for V-Create, so now we're going to kind of try to see if he's Scarfed. If he's not Scarfed, then obviously he just might switch up his move, go for U-turn or something, he'll outspeed me. If he is Scarfed, he has to switch out right here, and the question is, into what? Is he going to predict a Fire-type move and go into, like, Rotom? That's kind of what I'd expect. I think Rotom's a pretty safe switch in for my Arcanine. 100 out of 100. Obviously, Steelium Z not going to come in handy here. It just doesn't hit anything on his team at all, so I'm not gonna click that. Unless I was going to click Iron Head anyway, but I don't think that's the right play. Now, do I predict the Rotom coming in? I can't really touch it. I mean, I could go for a Crunch, which would do the most to Victini anyway, and then hit the Rotom, perhaps, if it comes in, doing negligible damage. But we do see the V-Create on Victini. I should write that down, so we know it's physical. I was kind of expecting him to bring physical Victini, but I was kind of hoping he wouldn't do that. I could switch Arcanine out as well, if I'm predicting that Rotom to come in. I could switch right out into Lele or Latios. And that's something I could do. I think I'll just click Crunch. Because we are learning that he is not Scarfed, and that's really, really valuable information. Goes for the Bolt Strike. Not a big deal. I get to click Crunch. And this Victini goes down to 20% and gets the defense drop. White Herb. Okay. Okay, so he's running White Herb. It's now used, but he was running White Herb Victini for his V-Create, get a second one off. I see what he's doing there. Now the question is, how much does Extreme Speed do? from an Arcanine to a Victini, is he going to let it die? He has to, because he's under 25%, and Extreme Speed does 22% to 27% if he's the set that they're expecting on, with no defensive investment on Smogon. So, we'll see. I think based on that crunch damage, he's about in that range. I'll click E-Speed. I mean, it doesn't hurt me to click E-Speed here. He gets Stealth Rock, I get an E-Speed off. I don't think he can switch back in. I don't think he's over 25%, so Victini is probably going to die of Stealth Rocks here. Landorus is going to take 10%. Now, this thing could have knockoff. This thing could have like Stone Edge or something and hit my Latios. I don't really want him doing that. I expect him to click Earthquake. I think that's the predictable play. I think it's a good play. And Latios can easily switch in on that. This could be Scarfed as well, and I don't really know. And since I think his Victini dies to the next switch in, my Arcanine is not as necessary, I guess, would be the phrase I'd go for. So I'm going to just click my Steelium Z, because why not? This is the one thing I want to hit, you know, I would hit it on. And at -1, it's still going to do a decent chunk. So he's going to get his rocks up. That's fine. He's not Scarfed, is what that tells me. But, so we'll see how this goes. Steelium Z, Arcanine hitting a Landorus. Not what I was expecting. Again, I did expect him to put rocks up at some point today. But, you know, I wasn't necessarily sure when that would be, or if he would have a Gliscor or Landorus. So that does 30%. Nothing crazy, but again, it's not like I really needed it to do much more than that. And I'm kind of expecting Arcanine to go down here, so I'm just going to click E-Speed, and just get some damage off before I go down. If he just clicks Earthquake, he probably kills me. I didn't calc that, but I'm not physically defensive, so I expected him to kill. Landorus is strong. Landorus is very, very strong. Alright, so Arcanine, you know, it's 5-5 right now, but I think I'm in just absolutely dominant spot where I click Draco 5 times and 5 things die. Landorus, we know it's not Scarfed. We know Victini wasn't Scarfed. They're still, I mean, Hydreigon and Rotom could both still be Scarfed, so I can't get too cocky about it. I don't have a Scarfer this week, so they'll outspeed me every time. And that could be a huge, huge problem. But I think here comes Hydreigon. So now, an interesting thing about this is that I think he outspeeds me, and I don't think he kills me with anything, so I can click Close Combat. I mean, he's going to see my whole set and see that I don't have a Fire-type attack on an Arcanine with Flash Fire. Which, this is what I want to do in this league. I want to be able to run these weird, weird sets, and just show that it's all about just, you know, predicting and expecting your opponent to do certain things. And, you know, being a good battler doesn't mean bringing the standard stuff every week. It means knowing how to play the game. And, you can win with some weird stuff. And I mean, I'm not going to help myself. I'm not saying I'm going to win. But I'm pretty sure throughout the course of a 10-week season, I'll win at least one game where I bring something like a Skuntank and a Flash Fire Arcanine where I don't have a Fire-type move. Something like that. So, where I'm running Steelium Z Arcanine, for instance, and he doesn't even bring his Florges. So, he goes for the Dark Pulse on Hydreigon. I guess we're going to see he's Life Orbed Hydreigon. So, again, that's another thing. It could be Scarfed. He actually still technically could be Scarfed. Scarfed Landorus. He just clicked Stealth Rock and then switched out. So, we don't actually know for sure. But that's, you know, Hydreigon's down. Life Orb Hydreigon goes down to Arcanine. So Arcanine kills Hydreigon with Extreme Speed. So that's our first lead of the game, our first lead of the season, and let's see what happens. My apologies. Someone was asking if they could make a trade on the league, and I was just telling them, you know, a little busy right now. So, obviously he has no chance for removal. Arcanine can't switch back in. There's no reason to save this thing. I don't think Victini can take another switch in, but it might be able to, but it's not Scarfed, so we outspeed it. And we'll get this damage off. He lands a Hydro Pump. I'm not worried about that. I'd rather him land that one, honestly. It would feel not clean if he didn't, so... the one big thing that we can figure out with this Rotom Wash is it's Scarfed. We could go into Galvantula here. Galvantula can one-shot this thing with a with a Energy Ball. And I'm pretty sure it can one-shot this thing with an Energy Ball. We can calc it. Galvantula. Rotom Wash. Energy Ball does not one-shot this thing, in fact. It's a two-hit KO, and Hydro Pump doesn't one-shot me. Or it's not a guaranteed OHKO on me. I could just go into Latios. He's clicking Hydro Pump, so if he is Scarfed, that's not a big deal. And Hydreigon's dead, and Victini's dead, and so I can just click Psychic and pretty much win the game. With Latios, how much does a Choice Specs Latios Psychic do to a Rotom Wash? Not much, actually, now that I'm looking at it. This thing could, if this thing is bulky, oh, it's at -2. That's why. There we go. Now I can click Draco, KO this thing. I think that's the play. I also do have Energy Ball on this thing, but he still got his Venusaur, so I'm not going to click Energy Ball. I'm just going to click Draco. And knock this thing down to size. Obviously, Landorus, still a threat. Still a huge, huge threat that's sitting in the back there. That I've got to worry about. It still could be Scarfed. You know, we don't know. Hasn't revealed an item. But, and Venusaur hasn't come in yet. Victini, I think, dies the next switch in. I think his play here is switch into Victini. And let it die. And then go into either Venusaur or Landorus, if it's Scarfed Landorus. And click Knockoff with the Landorus. Now, that's obviously assuming that he has Knockoff, but I think he has to. And Knockoff from a Landorus has a guaranteed one-hit KO after Rocks damage, so if he's Scarfed Landorus and he's Adamant, max attack, Knockoff will kill. So I think that's his play. We're just playing the long game here, guys. It's just waiting for moves. I mean, I'm making my decisions real fast this week. But that's because I came in with a plan. I came in with a plan that was Latios and Galvantula, kill everything. And don't worry about it. You know, it's 4-4. Yeah, we got Rotom. I didn't write this down. Rotom Wash kills Arcanine with Hydro Pump. He's Z Rotom. Waturium Z? Is that what that is? Z what? Oh, Electric Z. Okay. How much is this going to do to a Latios? Okay. 50, 60%. I missed my Draco is what happened there. Which is always good. Always good. That's what I wanted. But he's going to go down here. So Latios kills Rotom with Draco Meteor. This is my luck, guys. I always will miss the move if it's not 100% accurate. But it was too tempting to bring Specs Draco Latios when his whole team just couldn't outspeed me, and you know, we just got to kill things. So at this point I have to assume he's Scarf Landorus. And I think the thing is, I have to know. I have to know if he's Scarf Landorus or not. Latios did its job. If he's not Scarf Landorus, then Latios can kill it right here with another Draco. And then I could switch out and come in on the Venusaur and kill that thing as well with a Psychic. If he is Scarf Landorus, he clicks like knockoff, and then I know that he's locked into knockoff, and I can bring in another thing and hit it. The other thing is I could switch into Skuntank here to take any hit he wants to do, and click Sucker Punch. I mean, he could go for an Earthquake if he predicts that, but I just don't see that. And I think that's actually my best play. Although he could switch out. If he goes for knockoff and locks himself into knockoff, he may switch out. I could Pursuit him. And I think Skuntank is less valuable, considering he doesn't have the Florges, and with his last remaining Pokemon what they are, than Latios. So let's go into Skuntank here. See what he clicks. If he clicks Earthquake on the prediction, no, he's got knockoff and he's Scarfed. He has to be Scarfed. Scarf Stealth Rocks for sure, and I think he's gonna switch here. And I guess if I click Pursuit and he's not Scarfed, I go back into Latios. Latios kills everything because it outspeeds. If I click Pursuit and he is Scarfed and he's switching out, I kill him. So either way, I think Pursuit is the play. Withdraws Landorus. Skuntank goes for Pursuit. Landorus is going to die to this. If it doesn't die to this, it's going to die to the Stealth Rocks on the next entry. So that thing had to be Scarfed, but Skuntank getting a kill. First week. Skuntank kills Landorus T. How often do you say that? With Pursuit. And now Venusaur comes in. And I think we're just in the clear at this point. We just click Poison Jab. And let this Venusaur eventually take Skuntank down. And then come in with Latios and Venusaur. And Latios Choice Specs to a Venusaur can Oko. So now I'm asleep. I actually could switch out now. He is Black Sludge. Excuse me. He is Black Sludge. I actually could switch out and stay asleep and use this as my sleep Pokemon. I could switch out into Lele here and get that Psychic Terrain up. And I'm not worried about priority anymore. I'm not going to click Sucker Punch. So, yeah, Skuntank, come back. You'll be my sleeping Mon. Did absolutely more than I would have ever dreamed of it doing in this battle. So we'll get that Psychic Surge up with Tapu Lele. And he goes for the Giga Drain. So he's got Sleep Powder. He's got Giga Drain. This is like a standard Venusaur. And let's see how much is a Psyshock from a Tapu Lele going to do? 100%. So let's click Psyshock. I could click Sub. Oh man, if I had clicked Sub there, he's got Protect. He must have Leech Seed as well on this thing. Sleep Powder, Giga Drain, Protect, Leech Seed. I don't have any Grass type Pokemon on my team, so he would know. Or I have Ferrothorn, but other than that, he would know that he can get his Leech Seed off. So now technically min damage with a Psyshock is 99.4% to the standard Venusaur. I don't know if this is standard Venusaur, but we click Psyshock and it's going to kill this Venusaur, and then I assume that he's going to make this thing specially defensive because my team again is so specially offensive, but since my team has Psychic types that can learn Psyshock, it's hard to predict what they're going to do. And down goes Venusaur to a Psyshock and Victini. So we got Tapu Lele kills Venusaur with Psyshock. And Victini is his last Pokemon, and Victini, I think, dies to rocks. If not, Latios can come in and handle it. So Victini falls to Stealth Rock. And great game, Fr0stwo1f. Guys, this is what preparation looks like. This is why you sit down and prepare before each battle. And yeah, with that, I'm going to get out. So this is week 1. Got a 4-0 to start off the PGBA season. We're going all the way, I think. I think this team has a lot of potential. So thank you everyone for watching again. Please leave some comments down below if you saw anything you want changed or fixed or liked, just so I get some feedback. And additionally, please leave some comments with who you think was the MVP, what sets you'd like to see in the future you think I should have run or should consider running later on. So thank you again for watching. I appreciate that. Thanks for staying till the end of the video, and with that, I will see you guys later.